Hi guys, it's Jamie here and welcome to another video. So today I just wanted to go over what I'm eating at the moment. So basically, over the past few years I was training as a Pilates teacher and I qualified in December of last year. And over that time I was doing a lot of travelling to and from London to do the course, and my diet was sort of a little bit of a mix. I was still trying to eat a lot of fruit during the day, so I would sometimes take smoothies, so that would be my breakfast and my lunch, and then I would eat a meal in the evening, and I'd most of the time be staying at a hotel, so it'd normally be at a restaurant, or sometimes I would go to the shops and buy things like oatcakes or peanut butter, that sort of thing, to fill up in the evening. Most of the time I treated myself and would go to a restaurant and probably get like vegan Chinese food or maybe a burrito, something like that. And then the rest of the time I was just eating, you know, what I'd normally eat on a weekly basis, and was eating a lot of porridge and bread and all sorts of other stuff like that. Basically, I kind of realised that I'd defaulted to eating a lot fewer calories than I needed to. In December I sort of had a look and tracked on average what I was eating, and I was only eating about 15 to 1600 calories a day, which I was really shocked about. I shouldn't have been too surprised because I actually lost a lot of weight, and over the past 2 years that little bit of weight that I had put on when I was eating raw till 4 all dropped, and I was, you know, well, just super skinny. I didn't have a great deal of muscle, but doing Pilates did help create a lot of that really lean muscle tone, but no bulk at all. And yeah, so at the start of this year I decided to myself, okay, I need to eat more because I'm going to be teaching a lot more and my schedule's going to be all over the place. So I'm not going to be sat in an office, I'm going to be on my feet a little bit more, cycling to and from places, walking to and from places to teach. So I need to get my shit together basically and start eating sensibly. So since this year I got myself a Fitbit, and I've been tracking my calories pretty much daily using the Fitbit and also chronometer as well, just to make sure that my macros and my nutrient, vitamins and minerals are all going okay. So at the moment I'm eating between about 2 and 2,300 calories a day, which, although is a massive difference from the sort of 15 to 1600 calories I was eating a day, that's actually more on par with a normal amount of calories for a grown woman to be eating. So that's much healthier in terms of caloric intake. I've also decided to look at my macros and start eating that way, because I really do want to put on some more muscle and more body weight. The reason being because since I have lost a lot of weight, at the start of the year I weighed myself and I was about 49 kilos, which comes out as 107 or 108 pounds, I think it is, for those Americans that are watching. And basically, although that does put me within the healthy BMI range, I'm on the lower side of it. So I'm probably like 1.5 kilos off actually being underweight for my age. So I've got a lot of that BMI range to play around with. And all that aside, when I wasn't eating enough calories, the weight thing wasn't necessarily the main issue, but it was also my health, because if you don't eat enough calories, then how the heck are you going to get enough of the vitamins and minerals that you need in order to sustain your health? And I was having some other little issues. I mean, other than fatigue, of course, when you're not eating enough calories, you're going to be fatigued all the time. So I was having problems with that, struggling to get up early, and then quality of sleep as well. It's always been a problem for me, but a little bit more so sort of towards the end of last year. and I want to be able to sustain working out and actually put on some muscle. You can't do that unless you're eating enough calories. So I was also looking at the macros as well compared to what I was eating before to now, and I wasn't eating enough fat or protein really. Some days I was looking at it and I was only getting like 30 grams of protein a day, which if you listen to all that stuff, which is if you just eat intuitively or eat what you fancy eating, you're probably going to get your protein for the day. That's not really true in most cases for someone who's vegan and only eating about 1500 calories a day. It just doesn't work. So yeah, I needed to really step up with what I wanted to do. So my macros at the moment, I think I'm looking at a balance of about 290 grams of carbs, 53 grams of fat, I think, and then I've got my protein at about 118 grams of protein. So altogether, that equals about 2,119 calories if you're being exact. And the reason why my macros are at that is because I read a load of stuff online which was saying if you want to be a particular body weight, so for someone like me who actually wants to put on weight, then your macros need to reflect that body weight which you're aiming to get to. So I'm aiming to get to about 55 kilos, so that's a weight increase of just under 6 kilos, because I was like, I think I was at 49 kilos, which would be 7 stone 12 pounds. So I've not got like a massive way to go to get to 8 stone, but anyway, enough of the numbers. So yeah, that does seem like a lot of protein, especially for someone like me who was eating a fairly low protein diet before, and of course the amount of fat now up to about 50 grams a day. That was quite a scary number, I'm going to admit. That is something which I still have a problem with this day, is getting my fat intake, and I'm going to say that it's been to do with reading all those books, you know, about having a 10% fat and protein ratio to 80% carbs, and you know, there's John McDougall's book, there's I've forgotten his name now, but the guy that did 80-10-10, and a lot of other vegans that do promote that, and I was listening to that for a long time. So it's taking me quite a lot to realise that eating a little bit more fat isn't going to make me, you know, balloon into a massive weight, which, yeah, I want to put on weight, so I've got to get over that hurdle of, you know, being scared of the numbers. And actually, I've been really enjoying myself. So I feel great, I feel much better, and I don't know, my skin has felt like it's been less dry. I'm not sure if that is related to the fact that I've just been getting more vitamin E, but I have noticed that my nails have been growing super fast and they're super healthy as well. And my hair has been growing fairly quickly, so I've been shaving it recently, and it has been growing pretty fast. So yeah, you know, the nutrients and vitamins was something that I was quite concerned about, because I was looking at stuff, and compared to now, when I'm getting enough calories, beforehand when I was eating the lower calorie intake, I wasn't getting enough of calcium in particular, and vitamin E and the B vitamins as well I was fairly low on, but I feel that I'm really getting you know, ahead with it now. I'm sorting everything out, and it's been nearly 2 months since I've been eating this way, and the first month was obviously trial and error. This month I really feel like I'm getting it kind of set in stone, where I'm definitely aiming for 2,000 plus calories a day. Some days I get a little bit more, such as I've had a few 2,500 calorie days. Sometimes, you know, I count just the 2,000 mark. I don't want to go below that at all, at any point. You need to be consistent, especially if you're trying to put on weight. For me, I do find it difficult unless I was eating like, you know, 30 bananas a day, which is just an insane diet to follow. Now it's a lot more sustainable for me. I'm eating a variety of whole foods, if you're interested in what I'm eating day to day, then please follow my Instagram, which is Jam Pilates Life, because I'm pretty much photographing every single meal, apart from the meals that are too ugly to photograph, because there are some. You know, sometimes a girl just goes with what's in the fridge. It might be leftovers, and it might become a pile of monstrous proportions. Not necessarily the portion sizes, but just the ugly nature. Yeah, so there's a few photos that might be missing from day to day. That doesn't mean that I've not eaten. It just means that, yeah, it's too ugly to photograph. So generally speaking, you'll always get my breakfasts, which tends to be gluten-free porridge at the moment. I have gone gluten-free, but that's for another video on another day, because, you know, that's a whole different subject that I want to talk about. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And in terms of fitness goals, I'm going to do another proper video on that, but basically the fitness and food thing, they do go hand in hand, because I'm doing a lot more strength training. I need to keep my calorie intake up, and I want to make sure that I'm fueling my body to make some vegan gains. So hopefully in a few more months I'll be making some real vegan gains. And yeah, otherwise, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up and subscribe if you wanted to see some more videos on what I'm eating and stuff on Pilates as well. They will be coming soon, and I will see you soon for another video. Okay, thank you, bye.